Hey guys, what is up? My name is Dabe. First thing I want to address, in the background, you're going to see my best ever Inferno attempt to date. But what is this video going to be about? This video is going to be about where I'm going with my main, my plans on the Infernal Cape, my plans on the new series that I've been mentioning to you guys that I've been thinking about for a long time, and then a few other topics that I really feel like I haven't really touched on enough here on YouTube. Now this is like my 100th time trying to record this, so bear with me. I'm just trying to not ramble too much in these videos, so let's get right into it. First of all, Infernal Cape. Dabe, what are your plans in the Infernal Cape? Okay, like I said in the background, this is my best attempt. Now you can probably infer by that it's not a successful attempt. I did get to Zuck, I've been to Triple Jeds 3 times out of my 10 attempts, and I'm really happy with that, considering I've never really watched anybody do the Inferno before. This was just me experimenting, seeing how far I could get, and I really surprised myself with my PVM abilities. Like I said, I was able to get to Zuck, which means I got through Triple Jeds, and that's really cool for me. However, I've been doing the Infernal Cape for about a week, or attempting the Inferno for about a week, and so far I haven't had any luck. And I really am starting to feel irritated with the grind, I'm not enjoying it, and I want to move on to my next series. Now the Infernal Cape's going to be here when I get back, and, when I get back, I'm not going anywhere, but it's going to be here when I finish this series, so I'm not worried about it, and I can attempt it at points throughout the series if I really decide to as well. But it's not going anywhere, so I'm really not worried about it at all. I'm done getting frustrated over it, and I feel like it's just time to move on to the next series. Now, what is the next series? Alright, this is where things are going to get a bit more difficult for me to explain. There's a lot that's going to be going on with it, so I will do my best to explain it to you guys, but it'll make more sense once it gets going. You guys will understand it a bit better. So, first of all, what type of series is it? It is a from-scratch series. Now, no, it's not going to be your basic, alright, I'm going to throw away all my stuff, and we're just going to start over and rebuild until a twisted bow, or rebuild until blah blah, because we all know that's been done a million times. I've done that before. I mean, several months ago, I got legitimately hacked, and I legitimately rebuilt without just having a series attached to it. So, it's been done a million times. So how am I going to mix it up? Alright, first of all, I'm going to be limiting myself to not being able to do certain bosses until my bank is a certain amount. For example, no raids or no Zulra until a 300 mil bank. That way I'm not sitting there camping things like raids and camping things like Zulra and just bringing in way too much money for the tier of gear that I'm going to have. Because obviously, you can do raids without a Warhammer, and I have friends that would probably let me in on their raids with pretty shitty gear, and all it would take is one good drop for me to kickstart the rebuild and be all the way back up to where I need to be. So it's not just going to be a 300 mil bar for Zulra and for raids. There's going to be other tiers too, like can't do God Wars until a certain amount, can't do X, Y, and Z until certain amounts. Just to make it a bit easier on myself, I'm not going to state all of them here. I will probably make a just detailed list of rules and put it in a Google Docs file so you guys can just go click it and read it all yourself for the specifics. So here's the part where you're probably all thinking, how is that really all that unique? Blah, 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 blah. What makes this series so exciting? Well, the reason I'm going to call this series With a Twist is because at the end of every week I'm going to be spinning a wheel that's going to have random forfeits on it. Now these forfeits are going to be things along the lines of, at the end of the week, any drop that I got that was over a certain amount of money, let's say 2 mil for simplicity's sake, has to be put in a stake, and staked, keep the winnings or deal with a loss. The money has to be given away in a drop party. The money has to be spent on buying implings to do master clues. The money can be spent on barbarian assault, like leeching, so that I can do BA gambles. So you can tell by the way I have some of those outs listed that I will still be pet hunting throughout the series. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, on that note, why aren't you just pet hunting with the gear you have now? Why are you doing a from scratch series? And it's simply because I don't enjoy playing the game at the level that I'm at for an extended period of time. I don't like when I see a drop on the ground or I get a split in raids and I can't even get excited for it because that money's really not doing anything for me, especially now that I'm maxed and I don't have money to spend on buyables anymore, or I don't need money to spend on buyables anymore. My goals aren't pertaining to getting more than, the whatever XP it is for 99 in those buyable skills. I don't plan on getting 200 mil in buyables. So this is what I want to do because I'll find it interesting. And since I'm doing a from scratch series, if new content comes out, let's say the gargoyle boss that's coming out in the near future, for example, if I want to put the series on hold, I'll still have that GP there and available to me so I can make videos on new content as it comes out. So obviously that's not the series description in its entirety. Whenever I do release the first episode of it, I will explain things in more detail, and like I said, I will have like a Google Docs or something written up so you guys understand it a bit more. But there's a couple other things I want to address that are on a more serious note. So if you guys aren't really interested in hearing this, then I fully understand. But as you guys are all viewers of my YouTube, obviously if you're watching this video, then this is all relevant stuff for you guys to hear. So I hope you decide to stick around and listen to it as well, because like I said, this is more serious, real life related things. Now, like I said, this is where things get a little bit more serious. You're gonna have to pardon the huge fuck-ups in the background at Zuck. This was my first time here, and I never really watched anybody do it, so it's really, really sad. I tanked like 5 hits from Zuck. I don't know how. If I ever get back there again, I know I'm not gonna be this lucky. But here comes the more serious part of the video. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and blatantly say it right now. I'm gonna be slowing down on my uploads on YouTube. And a lot of you guys are probably going to immediately ask, well, why is that? You just maxed, I'm sure, especially with a new series coming out. What do you mean you're going to be slowing down? I'm not going to be stopping uploading at all. I'm just not going to be uploading on the consistent schedule that I have been for the past couple of months. I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed that I've been uploading at least 2 times a week for the past 3 or 4 months, and I've been very consistent with the content that I upload. Now, the reason I'm slowing down is because it's just taking too much time for me. The amount of time I have to actually invest to just like make these videos as often as I do means that I have no time for the other things in life that I want to do. Don't get me wrong, I am extremely appreciative of everything that everyone has ever done, whether it's support me in terms of like watching the stream, whether it's people who subscribe or just follow the stream, anything, stuff like that. Like the comments, everything is just extremely touching to me, and it means a lot that you guys have supported me as much as you do, especially those of you who have stuck around for such a long time, or those of you who are new and are enjoying the things to the, I don't know, frequency that I guess you are enjoying them. But the 2 uploads a week, playing 2 different accounts, trying to get videos that are like 50, 60 hours of progress, it's becoming very overwhelming for me, which is part of the reason why I'm saying fuck the Inferno for a while and I'm starting this new series. It's an attitude that I used to have with YouTube and just doing this when it was more of a hobby, which it still is, but it's something that I now obviously do a bit more seriously than I used to. So I'm trying to go back to my roots in a sense. And my roots are, I play this game because I enjoy doing it. I make videos because I enjoy doing it. With the upload schedule and everything that I had, I felt very pressured to make sure that I was playing a certain amount. And that kind of pressure was limiting the other things that I was doing in life, including spending time with my fiance, which obviously, I'm engaged. I should probably be spending time with her. Obviously I was, but not as much as I feel like I should be, especially with things like planning the wedding and venues and all of that fun stuff coming up in the near future. And like near future being like the coming year, but still near future for that kind of situation. And I'm sure you guys have heard before, not just from me, but from a lot of other YouTubers and people, that YouTube as a platform has kind of been shit lately, for lack of a better word. Basically, YouTube has been making a lot of changes lately that aren't favorable to content creators, and I watched a video recently by a YouTuber called BOO. I followed him for a long time. He's a fairly big YouTuber, so I'm sure some of you guys have heard of him, and he talks about the situation a lot more clearly than I can explain it, so I'm going to try to remember to leave a link to his video down below as well, so make sure you watch that if you want some more clarity on everything. But basically, YouTube has been transitioning from the site where it was my go-to 6 months ago. If you asked me, hey, like YouTube or Twitch, I would hands down say YouTube. I started streaming when I came back, and when I came back to streaming in general, and I was streaming on YouTube because I thought it was the right place to do that. And it's just, I feel like they've been taking a lot more away from creators than they've been putting out. It's not that I'm necessarily worried about all my videos getting demonetized. I'm sure that's not a permanent scenario. It's that I feel like I can no longer be myself on this platform anymore. For example, in the last video, I had to censor it. I'm sure a lot of you guys noticed that, and the reason I had to do that is because I'm not just worried about, the lack of monetization, because that's really not that big of a problem for me. It's more so just an annoyance with the fact that even with doing something like that, YouTube is saying there's some kind of issue with my video and they don't tell me what the problem is, so I can't actually figure out what it is. And even if that's the case, it makes me feel like I have to try and change and mold my personality to what YouTube thinks is something they want to be pushing out, which isn't what I'm okay with. I like being myself. I know that I swear way too fucking much. This video is going to get demonetized right there just because I said that. I know that I swear too much. I know that the way I speak isn't necessarily what a lot of people are okay with hearing necessarily, but I've always just spoke my mind, and I'm really not afraid to do so. Which is why, like I said earlier, I'm not going to be stopping the uploading process, because regardless of whatever the monetization issues are, I love editing videos. I love putting videos together, and that's something that I've enjoyed doing and was the main reason I started focusing so hard on YouTube in the first place. It's something that I felt was enjoyable for me to do, and that's the reason I kept doing it. But now, with everything that's going on, the process of making videos isn't as much of a joy for me as it used to be, which is why I'm slowing down with it. Now, like I said before, I'm still going to be uploading as soon as I have a video ready to upload, similar to what Mr. Mammal does. He streams when he has content for an Iron Man progress video, he uploads it. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I should have at least one upload a week, though, with the main video going on, because I'm probably going to cycle the forfeits that I mentioned earlier every single week to keep it fresh. But lately, I've been putting a lot more of my time and focus into Twitch, because Twitch is something that I originally didn't think I'd be very comfortable with streaming, being the type of person that I am. I'm a very, I wouldn't say timid, but I'm a very, like, background character type of person. I don't generally like to jump in on the conversations. I prefer just listening to other people. But I've been really enjoying it, and in case you guys somehow still haven't followed me on Twitch, go do that. I've been streaming every single day for over 100 days in a row now, which I think is incredible, and it's a big achievement for me, and I feel like since I started doing it, since I've had that consistency, I can't say that I want to let it go. I've been enjoying that way more than the process of making videos, which is why I'm dedicating a lot more of my time to that. I don't have to worry about censoring myself. I don't have to worry about saying something that isn't going to be found family friendly or anything like that for the time being. Now, same with what happened to YouTube. It's possible that these platforms change. I don't know what the future holds, and doing what I do means that the future is always kind of up in the air. But fuck it. I really am enjoying streaming, and that's why I'm going to be focusing a lot more time into streaming. So I'm sorry that this video did take a more serious turn at the end there. I know that a lot of people aren't necessarily here for that kind of discussion, but that's another thing too. I don't want to be afraid to say what I want to say on whatever platform that I am on. So if someone disagrees with my decision making, that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with people having a difference of opinion. That's life. People don't always agree with each other. But this is what I've chosen to do for the time being. Now, in the future, maybe I decide I want to go ahead and upload a shitload more videos. Maybe a bunch of cool content comes out and I want to make a shitload of videos on it, because like I said, I still enjoy the video making process. I'm going to do that. I'm just saying that as of right now, I don't plan on maintaining a steady schedule. And now you guys all know why. I apologize for this video being as lengthy as it is, but I hope you all understand my reasoning for all of the situations that have been going on. And I will see you guys in the live streams in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video as well. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to leave a discussion down below. I will try to respond to as many comments as I can if they are, trying to provoke legitimate discussion. And yeah, I'm going to turn off the ratings for this video because, once again, it's kind of more of a channel update video than it is anything else, so ratings don't really feel necessary to me. But I will see you guys in the future, and have an amazing day. Peace out.